Championship Sunday is upon us, and unlike the previous couple of weeks where I made separate videos or whatever, this week I'm just going to make one video picking both of the games. So I think I have a pretty good idea of who's going to win. First up, the AFC Championship game. Broncos hosting the New England Patriots. Last time these two teams met, Brock Osweiler was playing, and not Peyton Manning. Julian Edelman was out for that game, and both, and I believe one of the defensive players, I forget which one, it was either Hightower or Chandler Jones. I think it was Hightower. Both Hightower and Rob Gronkowski got knocked out of the game due to injury. As did DeMarcus Ware. And meanwhile, you got the... And, yeah. So, but this time... But the big difference this time around, now Chris Harris Jr. is injured is hurt. He's got a shoulder injury or whatever. So he's not going into the game 100%. Yeah, I don't think Rob Gronkowski is going to get knocked out of the game this time around. Let me talk about how these two teams got here. Last week, the Patriots beat the Chiefs, of course. And even though I wasn't really impressed by the Patriots, I was less impressed with Kansas City, because the Chiefs could have had a chance to win that game, but it is what it is. And I first blamed Donovan McNabb for this bullshit, because this happened before. But now I'm starting to see it's an Andy Reid problem than anything else. But anyway, enough about that shit. That's neither here nor there. What else do I want to say about this team? The running back is messed up. The running back's is a little bit thin right now. I mean, they had to bring Steven Jackson to free agency. From free agency. Shit. So Steven Jackson finally playing in a playoff game and winning a playoff game, I might add. But let's get to the game. They still have. That's the thing. Gerard Mayo is out. He won't be playing in that game, but it's not going to matter because he's clearly not their best player on defense. Let's see. The Patriots have Jamie Collins. They have Hightower. They have Chandler Jones. And of course, Malcolm Butler, who is going to the Pro Bowl. That's on defense. And offense, Julian Edelman's back. Rob Gronkowski's back. We all know about Brady. Once Julian Edelman gets going, it's going to create opportunities for other wide receivers, like Brandon LaFell, like Danny Amendola. And meanwhile, you got the Denver Broncos. This could be Peyton Manning's final game. This could also be DeMarcus Ware's final game. Everybody's talking about Peyton Manning, the Hollywood ending of Peyton Manning and shit. But we don't know if DeMarcus Ware's going to be back next year. Tough game. Really tough game for me to pick. Oh, and how the Broncos got to the AFC Championship game. Well, they had to come back against a injury-riddled Steelers team that with Ben Roethlisberger and his bad shoulder, and Roethlisberger's bad shoulder and all, still threw for 300 yards against the Broncos. Granted, he threw 300 yards against the Broncos defense in the first meeting. But that was with Antonio Brown. This was without Antonio Brown. And he still threw 300 yards against that great Broncos defense. Everybody likes to overrate the Broncos defense a little bit. It's amazing. It's astonishing, to say the least. The Broncos wide receivers, listen, they need to catch the football. Okay, I have never seen a more frustrating game. I have never been more frustrated. If anyone that was a Broncos fan that watched that game, they were frustrated as hell. Okay, seriously, they were frustrated. It was a frustrating game if you were a Denver Broncos fan, because let's be honest here. The Broncos players kept dropping footballs and shit. A lot of it's because Peyton Manning's been fluttering the passes. What the hell do you expect? Peyton's 39 years old with a bad neck. And a bad arm in general. The running game. Not the most consistent running game for the Broncos either. So you can kick that factor out of there. It's going to be a passing game. It's going to be either a passing game or a defensive struggle. It's going to be here's the deal. It's either going to be a shootout or it's going to be a defensive struggle. Does Peyton Manning have one more good game left in him, or is he completely done? You know what? Time for me to pick this game, because this is ridiculous. It's coin flip time. Final coin flip of the 2015 season. You all know the drill. Let's try again, shall we? It landed tails. Ugh. Fuck. And since I'm making both these picks in one video, expect this pick to be changed. But for now, take the New England Patriots to defeat the Denver Broncos. I just think the Patriots are going to. You know what? God damn it. This might be my stupidest pick of the season, which would surpass the Seahawks over the Panthers pick, of course. But take the Denver Broncos to win this game. Because I don't see Peyton Manning losing to the Patriots again, just like he did the last time he faced them. Oh, God. Expect this pick to be changed, but for now, take the Denver Broncos to defeat the Patriots. Moving on to the Arizona Cardinals, taking on the Carolina Panthers in the NFC Championship game. Two of the best teams in the National Football League. And, of course, that's just by record. Here's the deal. This is the Panthers' number one scoring team. The Panthers, they're the number one scoring team. The Cardinals, number one in total offense. In total yardage offense, or whatever you want to call it. Man. Yeah, the Cardinals, they've been struggling. The Cardinals, they've been struggling the past few weeks. But I will say this. As I was watching the NFC, those two NFC divisional playoff games, it seems to me that the NFC is more motivated than the AFC. Okay, when you look at the NFC divisional playoff games, there was energy on both teams, and in the AFC they were both. And in the AFC, the AFC divisional rounds, they were kind of winging it a little bit, especially the Broncos-Steelers game. And the Patriots-Chiefs game, they were kind of winging it. I'm not saying they were bad playoff games necessarily, but they weren't but they weren't necessarily good playoff games either. But for the record, all 4 playoff games were really good last week. That was awesome. Cardinals, the victims of 2 Hail Mary passes. I mean, holy crap, those were really nice plays. Oh God. Fucking Janice catching the game-tying touchdown to put the game in overtime for the Packers. But then the first play from scrimmage, and of course a lot of controversy, a lot of bad officiating in that game, especially the whole fucking coin flip situation in overtime. How the fuck does that happen? Who knows? Who cares? But anyway, Janice had stepped up in a big way. But the first play moving forward to the first play from scrimmage, Larry Fitzgerald. God, this is why the Cardinals should have been making the playoffs more, because Larry Fitzgerald, when it comes to playoff games, he is one of the best playoff performers in the NFL. In the NFL today, bar fucking none. That's why I keep talking shit about the Cardinals in the past, talking a lot of shit about the Arizona Cardinals in the past, because most of the times they aren't making the playoffs. You're wasting Larry Fitzgerald's career or whatever the fuck. But this Cardinals team is really fucking good. But like I said, they've been struggling the past couple of weeks. Then you got the Carolina Panthers, nearly blowing a 31-0 lead. First off, who the fuck has a 31-0 halftime lead over the Seattle Seahawks and that fucking defense? Okay, give the Carolina Panthers some credit there. Okay, nobody goes up 31-0 on that Seattle defense. Okay, I understand the Seahawks have lost some players and shit like that, but they still have the secondary guys in Chancellor, Earl Thomas, and Richard Sherman. So, plus they still have their linebackers. Their pass rush is not the best, but whatever. And of course, that game might have been the last game of Marshawn Lynch's career. I really hate to see him go, but if it's his time, it's his time. And the Seahawks, they used him as a decoy. But now the Seahawks, they could have done what the Denver Broncos did in Super Bowl 48. Where the Broncos were behind 22-0 and decided, we're not going to win this game anyway. Why not even try? I mean, try. They and the Broncos. I'm gonna say that shit until they understand that. Until people understand that. I mean, the Broncos did quit. Despite what people tell you, the Broncos quit. It is what it is. But the Seahawks didn't do that. They nearly came back and won the game. But as soon as the Seahawks were down 31-0 at halftime, I already knew the Seahawks lost that game, because you're not coming back from a 31-0 deficit. But man, they were close to doing it. Listen, that's the difference between the Broncos. Who knows how the Broncos will play today? But give me a fucking break. The Seahawks would just kept fighting and whatever. They ran out of time. Panthers won the game. Simple as that. Let's get to the fucking game. Let's get to this fucking pick. And I got flipped for this one too, quite frankly, because let's be honest here, none of these games are gimmies. Unlike last year, where the Patriots and the Colts game was clearly going to be the Patriots winning. I mean, give me a break. Landed tails as well. Take the Carolina Panthers. I believe it's going to be the two number one seeds for the third consecutive year going to the Super Bowl. That's just how I see it. This should be a good one as well. I am concerned about the Panthers' secondary. But the Cardinals, their secondary, they still have a good, and the Cardinals, they still have a pass rush. The Panthers receivers, they're not the best. We know that. Okay, but the Panthers are the only team that has a consistent running game at this point. So that's why I'm taking the Carolina Panthers. Plus their defense is very opportunistic when it comes to getting turnovers. I mean they had a shit ton. They forced a shit ton of turnovers in the regular season, and they forced 2 Russell Wilson interceptions. One of them went back for a touchdown, by the way. But the Panthers, they cannot keep blowing leads like this. They may have won those games, and I'm taking the Carolina Panthers to win here. But they need to play a lot better if they want to win. If they want to go back to the Super Bowl for the first time since Super Bowl 38. But yeah, so let me recap. Take the Broncos for now, and take the Panthers. None of these games are gimmies. End of story. Alright, that's it. That's all. Till next time, later, fuckers.